Coffee Club.
Well, now, here we go with the Coffee Club on a Friday morning, the 21st of March. This is going to be a fun one today, folks. It's being brought to you in part by Owens Ordnance from here in McCook. If you haven't stopped in there before, fantastic shop just across from Meade. Also being brought to you by INL Coffee Roasters. Josh holding the bag there. And we brought out multiple countries of origin today, right?
Yeah, so they sent us 4 bags of coffee. This is their organic Honduras. And then we have Brazil, Mexico, and Costa Rica.
Yeah, I'm sporting the Mexico today.
I did not make the Costa Rica because that's a light roast, if that makes sense for the show.
That's a midday coffee for me.
And basically, he air roasted. So it's not like a barrel roast.
Yeah.
Or a kettle roast is what he said. It's air roasted, so he uses hot air to turn the beans, and it's fantastic. It's delicious. And I made extra. I made 3 pots of coffee. So if anybody wants some coffee and you want to try it,
just come on into the radio
station. Just come on in. And then also,
bring your coffee cup.
If you go to IandLCoffeeRoasters.com and you make your selection, when you check out, you can get a 10% discount if you type in Snoozebusters, all lowercase, one word.
Snoozebusters, 10% discount. INLCoffeeRoasters.com, our coffee sponsor here today. Let's get to the introductions as we have some guests here. One that's, he's been here quite a few times. We love having him. Greg Borland joins us in studio. Hello and welcome.
Good morning.
Here from the elementary school. You got the security badge and everything?
Oh, I did. I got dressed fully for you guys.
Look at that. Thanks for wearing pants.
Yeah.
Also, we got Jeremiah Haynes, Trevor Horner from Dundee County Hospital. As we're going to get into some fun stuff today. What time did you guys get up to get over here?
I got up around 4, maybe a little bit before that.
Yeah, 4:45.
Not used to 4 a.m. wake up.
Yeah.
Might be a little groggy here, but
that'd be fun. What time, if you have to get up at a certain time, what's that time where you might as well just stay up the night before? I mean, 4, you might as well get some sleep, right? But 2:30, 3:30?
I was saying like 2:30 myself.
2:30?
What's the point?
I don't know. I think, so when we went to Atwood and we were and barbecuing, I think I met Kyle outside at like 2 o'clock, and then he threw me a beer. And I said, okay, I guess we're staying up.
We're up.
That sounds about right.
It's been a little while since I pulled that one. I probably wouldn't survive.
To be young again.
Yeah, no kidding.
So we'll get to the interviews here in a quick second, but did want to highlight our weekend poll, which is on the Coyote Country Facebook page. If you want to go and post some answers there, your answers might make radio here in a bit. Haley, what's our weekend poll?
What is the largest animal that you think you could fight and win? That's the kicker. You have to win.
Fight and win. Okay. So you can go post on there on our Facebook page, and we'll have the answers to that here in a little bit. So, Jeremiah, let's start off with you at the Dundee County Hospital. Tell us a little bit about your background, kind of what led to you becoming CEO of the hospital.
All right. Well, I actually was born in that hospital, probably an embarrassingly long time ago, but born there. I went to high school at Dundee County High School, so local boy. Went from there to University of Nebraska. Didn't really know what I wanted to do at that point, but I knew I liked science from my time there. Decided to go from the University of Nebraska to UT Austin to get my PhD in biophysics.
Biophysics,
yeah.
That doesn't sound like an easy one. The books were like this thick.
Yeah, studying kind of the way molecules interact with one another, I guess is one of the simplest ways to put it from a medicinal chemistry kind of standpoint. Went from there to Cornell for a postdoc, was in Ithaca, which is where Cornell is, for 4 years. Went out to California for the last 15, 16 years and was in biotech out there doing kind of diagnostics and selling the building of raw materials for cell and gene therapy at 2 different companies in California. My wife's from Nebraska. She was born and raised in the Genoa area. That's close to Columbus. And her and I both wanted to get back to Nebraska. And, I think I found a perfect match at the hospital. it's a great way to serve the community. I really care about the community there, and it provided me a good springboard for my career. And now it's time to give back, and it's been great. I've only been there 4.5 months now, so maybe 5 months, but it's been good so far.
Well, I came over and met you here 2 months ago, and nice meeting and good to work with. So appreciate that.
Yeah. So you hear that more often. People wanting to come back to kind of where you were. I find it in all my friends' trials. The ones that went here for college and then left, they have a harder time coming back than the ones that left for college really early, and then now they're coming back.
You almost, it's one of those things, you have to understand what you're missing to come back to.
Yep.
And it's a great place to raise the kids. We love that.
Yeah, once we started, having kids, we have 2 daughters, and it became pretty obvious that neither my wife nor I knew how to raise kids in densely populated Silicon Valley.
Yeah. So what are some of the key services that you guys provide at Dundee County Hospital?
So it's a full-fledged hospital. I hope everybody realizes that, but we have 24/7 emergency care. The town has an EMS and ambulance service to get people to the hospital in case of an emergency. We've got 3 clinics, one right there next to the hospital, one in Stratton, one in Juanita. The information's on the website if you ever don't want to drive all the way to Dundee County Hospital. We do have that service. We've got 5, soon to be 6, really great full-time providers that run those clinics. All of our providers also work the hospital and help in the ER, and so the providers have a really interesting kind of career opportunity because they really work a variety of things. We have a wonderful PT department, which I'm sure you'll hear more about. Radiology. We have an amazing specialty clinic with a lot of specialty clinic doctors. Maybe I get into some of those details, but I don't want to dive too deep here. It's a full-fledged hospital with inpatient swing beds and 3 clinics.
So I'm going to use a big admin word here, but it does have a lot of influence here. What initiatives are you excited about at Dundee County Hospital?
Yeah, we are kind of running out of physical space, and I think that applies both to kind of home base at the hospital as well as our clinics. And so right now, I'm focusing on how we can really enhance those outposts, those clinics that aren't part of the main hospital. And then we're going to look at how we can expand the main hospital.
Well, I got it. Just build a new high school and take over the...
But yeah,
that probably would not be popular. I'm sorry.
We need more space. And we've also been doing a lot of work on the specialty clinics, so bringing in new providers and offering more services to the community and the patients in the area.
Yeah, because your care radius, it actually spans a long ways, it even goes into Colorado.
Yeah, it absolutely does. In Kansas, we're 2 miles from the Kansas line.
Yeah.
So 3 miles maybe.
Yeah. Throw a rock and hit it.
Yep.
Let's make it a little more personal here. Can you share a success story or a moment that really kind of capitalized this whole experience for you?
Yeah, I think day one, the thing that people told me and I recognized as well is that we needed to really revitalize our surgical capabilities at the hospital. And so we've signed on an amazing new general surgeon, Dr. Davis, to go along with Dr. Sheafan, who is already there. We have Dr. Singh out of GPH doing orthopedic surgeries there, but we hadn't been real active in procedures for a while, and now I can see good progress on that front. Dr. Davis has a great patient following already, and we've got the OR staff really trained up and ready to roll. And I've seen lots of people in scrubs, and the hospital really starting to look like a great hospital to have those procedures done. So that's been my kind of feather in the cap so far.
Jeremiah Haynes, CEO of Dundee County Hospital, also right along with him here today. Trevor Horner. And what's your responsibilities at the hospital there?
I'm the physical therapist, director of rehab. Rehab clinic is physical therapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy, full services, cardiopulmonary rehabilitation.
So what inspired you to join the staff at Dundee County Hospital?
Well, it all goes back all goes back to people. Being part of Southwest Nebraska. I did my undergraduate studies at Doane and graduate studies at University of Nebraska Medical Center, and then Clyde Bolton actually recruited me back to the hospital. He was CEO at the time, and I'm now in my again, it's been a long time, embarrassingly long time that I've been back working now, and we're on our fifth CEO. We've had great leadership at the hospital. Blessed to have Jeremiah with us there now, and we're in a new facility. We started in a small facility. We kept growing. We're in a new facility, beautiful facility now, and
talk a little bit about that. I mean, what does the facility offer for you?
We're again extremely blessed to have the support from from all the donors in our community. The late Dr. Stout and the Riley Family Foundation that contributed to the building of the facility we're around now. We've got the space, we've got the facility to focus on health and wellness, and it's a beautiful, spacious facility. We've got warm water therapy pool. We've got an unweighted walking system. We've got all the modalities that you can ask for, from light therapy to ultrasound, TheraProbe, cupping, taping, dry needling, all the basics. And we've got skilled therapists that use a lot of manual hands-on techniques to help you move better and help you feel better. I'm blessed to have Aubrey Peckham finished her doctorate of physical therapy 5 years ago, and is back with us, and PTA's Jen Fries, Melinda Westfall, and Larissa Gerhardt. A shout out to those gals. They do a wonderful job collectively. We've got over 50 years of rehab experience in that cruise. So enjoy working with them, and they do a great job.
And it's nice that you have the opportunity. I mean, these are people you see downtown too. A lot of times you're working with your friends and neighbors and things like that.
Absolutely.
And so there's extra special opportunities that come with that, I'm sure.
Yep. We work with, of course, a lot of the rehab we do is people that have been through major life experiences, whether it's illness, sickness, major surgeries. But, and of course, we like to specialize in the orthopedic rehabs as well. But we try to expand our services. We're trying to expand our services all the time and just help the community so people don't have to travel as much. We like to provide everything we can right there at home. Aubrey's doing more women's health things all the time. We're doing things like more chronic edema management, working with Dr. Davis on pain management things, and working with Dr. Davis on wound care, chronic management of chronic wound care, and working with Dr. Meyer and the CRNAs more on pain management clinic as well.
And I still remember when you guys opened up the new physical therapy department, and just walking in and seeing the equipment that you guys had available for that area. It was, shocking, because, I mean, the pool itself, that you don't really see, around this area. Typically, you have to go to like a bigger city to get that kind of service, but you guys were able to bring it
the first
Southwest
time
Nebraska.
I walked into that space, I wasn't aware there was a pool, and it kind of hit me in the face like, oh, this smells like, wonderful childhood memories. What's going on here?
Cannonball!
And there's a pool, and I'm like, what? There's a pool?
Yeah.
And so, it kind of blew me away.
It's a great rehab modality for everything from sprained ankles to, knee and hip surgeries to, even chronic illness. People that just can't move. It's amazing when you get in chest deep water or even waist deep water, the amount of gravity that it takes off you. You can move so easily, and you can do a lot of things in the water that you can't do on land.
So let me ask real quick, do you have to have referral, or how does a phone call to you guys, or what does that look like?
If you're struggling to move, whether it's from a pain, disease, surgery, whatever, give us a call. We can do a 5 to 10 minute screen and talk with you about, okay, how do we access therapy? If you have questions, just talk to your primary care physician, and usually they'll give you a referral and send you right over.
Very good. Dundee County Hospital, just down the road from us here, Binkleman, Nebraska. Stop in, and if you want to tour the place, anytime, just stop by. Let's talk a little bit with Greg. Of course, it's kind of exciting. You've got some special things that are coming up here, too, at McCook Elementary, correct?
Got tonight, man. We got our...
Is it tonight?
It is tonight. PTO Fun Night tonight. It's our one and only fundraiser we really do as an elementary school. So it's crazy. In the past, there's about 800 people around.
Whew.
It's a lot of people.
No wonder I can't get them to my house.
That's very true. Like, parking's hard. We should have a shuttle from the fairgrounds. Maybe
shuttle.
You'll shuttle?
Yeah.
There we go.
Golf cart shuttle?
That'd be awesome.
I'm not bus licensed, but I'll drive one.
Yeah. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah. It's fine.
So the PTO Carnival, what can we expect there?
So that we got a cakewalk. I'm going to tell you, I got.
That's the thing.
That's the thing. That thing goes. If you want a cake, come on over. It's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
But there's just little kids games. I think there's 27 different games when it's all said and done. Raffles, silent auction items, just pretty much everything. Trying to have a fun night. Pizza Hut's providing us pizza tonight to kind of feed the kids. So we just got it all, man.
What time does it start?
This thing goes from 5:30 to 8.
And I know that you asked for some donations during the year and everything. So if we missed this one, what does that process look like?
So what we do actually is we email or we mail out a donation letter to every business in McCook and some outside of town, and we just ask for anything and everything that people are willing to do. Our philosophy really more is along the lines of, if every business just donated $25 alone, just that alone, man, we would have a ton to go out and buy stuff for the silent auction and
Sure.
and all that. That's kind of how it works. Is we take those donations and then we promote them and say donated by so and so. I got to give. I know she's going to be mad at me, but Michelle Dickus is the one that she's the chair for this thing.
Yeah.
And I know there's other people. Please, I don't mean to downplay the other volunteers, but Michelle's the lead on this whole thing, and she puts a lot of personal time into making this thing work. So just a shout out to her, but she does a lot of work on this.
So what do we use the funds generated for?
Yeah, so last year we used it to put in our new playground. And if you know anything about playgrounds, those babies are expensive. I'm in the wrong business. That poured rubber surface, you want to make money, there you go. That rubber surface is crazy. But that's where a lot of our money has gone here in the last few years of the playground. Field trips this year, our school's focused a lot on field trips, so it helps pay for those entry fees into let's see, where are they going? They're going up to North Platte to the Children's Museum. They're going to the Big Apple. They've gone to a pumpkin patch this last fall. It pays for all those kind of things. Pays for buses, that kind of stuff. Gifts to teachers.
And the playground itself, I don't know if anybody knows or has drove by, but the playground itself, it is accessible. It's accessible for any student with any kind of ability or disability.
Yeah, very much. Like the port area where the merry-go-round is and everything, that was very designed specifically for kids with disabilities. We added a nice sidewalk across so it's easy to access from the street. Yeah, it's open to the public. It's kind of one of the deals that we do with our community is that it's a playground/park. That's what it's supposed to be like. So
I still think our society needs at least one slide that you could bake cookies on, right?
One metal slide.
One metal slide.
And kids with...
Bartley's got two.
What? Still to this day? They have a merry-go-round too? Old school merry-go-round?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Oh, man. The good old days.
Yeah.
I remember wearing the jean shorts.
Yeah.
The jeans that are cut off to jean shorts that are way too short for those slides.
Yeah.
Back in the day. And
third-degry burns.
yep, not fun.
But it was fun.
Yeah. So if anybody's got nothing to do tonight, come on out,
What time?
5:30 to 8. We could always use any support. But I do want to shout out to our local businesses in general. This town, I say this every year, but it is very true. They support us like unbelievable. I got to give credit to the businesses in this town. We were talking small town kind of living. I came back here from Fremont after, 25 4 years, 25 years away, and I moved back. And this is the right place to be. There's something about smaller towns. I love it.
Yeah. Nebraska, it's not for everyone. Southwest Nebraska, you can come here, but be nice.
I like it.
Weekend poll is up and running on our Coyote Country Facebook page. Hopefully we got a few more answers on there. But Haley, you want to start this and then announce what it is, and you get to go first.
Sure. So it is, what is the largest animal that you think you could fight and win?
All right. So Haley, what's your
So
start?
I think I was very humble yesterday when I said my answer of a bear.
A bear?
You're very fierce.
I think I'll back it down, and I'm going to say a bobcat.
You could beat a bobcat?
Yeah, why not?
I feel like
My last words might be, here, kitty, kitty, but have you heard that story about the guy who choked out a mountain lion?
No.
See, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, I
you could
feel
take
like
on
I
a
could do
mountain lion. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe on a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It depends. Can I see it coming?
I'll put it in a headlock and give it a little noogie, and then I'll just, be
Oh,
done with
boy.
it.
Kitty.
we had a hamster. One of the answers was a sloth and hamster.
Yeah.
So not high hopes for them.
All right, let's go to Greg here.
I did the honey badger. I think I could do it.
Nice.
Relatively
That's
small. It's ferocious. I get it, but I think I could take it on. I'm a big guy. I think I can handle it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What do you say, Jeremiah?
I wasn't quite as confident in myself as either of those two. I'm thinking, maybe probably like a middle-aged house cat.
Domesticated.
Yeah, with
I got
with
one of those.
a few health problems and
Big.
has been declawed. I think I could do it. I've wrestled with those younger, full, healthy, vigorous house cats and trying to get them to the vet and stuff. And nope.
Why don't we start trying to get one a bath? And if you can get that done, then we'll see about
You
rubbing one out.
underestimate those animals.
Okay.
Does it have to have both eyes? There's the question. Or can it be
I
either?
think, yeah.
Just looking at someone. Trevor, what's your answer?
Well, I'm going to go with a medium-sized dog, and the reason that comes up, I've been on a few runs where those, neighborhood dogs are nipping at your heels, and you kind of question yourself, "Ooh, how would I come out of this
Could I
deal?"
take
I
him?
think I could do it.
Yeah. As long as it's not Cujo.
Or if they see a squirrel and they're just off to the races.
Right. I thought about this for some time. I'm fairly confident I could take out a praying mantis. I'm fairly confident,
They eat each other, right?
As long
Until
as
it looks at you,
as long
and then it's over.
as long as it's not the one from Kung Fu Panda, I think I'm good.
If you ended up losing, it would be horrific, though. Slow, painful.
They wouldn't even do a funeral for me. They said, yeah, he doesn't deserve that. That's the weekend poll. What's the largest animal you think you could fight and win?
Have you seen The Revenant or heard about that?
No, what's that?
So a guy took on a bear.
Yeah.
The bear mauled him to death where his insides were laid out. He still survived.
Somehow.
Bear did not.
Mauled him to death, but he lived.
Yep.
But see, I thought if I could sneak up behind it,
Yeah.
put it in a chokehold.
So I feel like I can take on a bear.
I think it's mostly because I want a bear rug. So,
But
Oh.
my bear that I would like to take on and win is a panda.
Nice.
I feel like I could take that on.
I got some bamboo sheets.
Because
over
I'm not very smart, but I know I'm smarter than a panda.
Yeah. I don't know if I could do that. Next topic for the Coffee Club here this morning is if you had the chance to rename yourself, what's your name? I don't know. I was thinking maybe I'd go some cool like Thor. I don't know.
No,
I don't look like a Thor, do I?
no.
see, and that's what was hard for me. It's hard for me to picture me as a different name.
Anything else, right?
Yeah.
You're just a Haley.
No,
know.
she's a Beth.
Well,
Go to the train station.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Josh?
I like boy names for girls,
Like what?
like
Sue?
like Peyton or anything like that. Taylor, I guess that goes both ways.
Yeah.
Jesse.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of I've met a lot of Jessies over the years. And I wonder being on the radio for the last, 30 years. I wonder if my name being on the radio had any impact in that. I don't know. There's a lot of them. Josh, how about you? What's your answer for if you had a chance to rename yourself? What's your name?
Right now, I think I would choose Rip because everybody's talking about him. So,
for the same reason I can't be Thor, you can't be Rip. So whatever. Greg,
I went way out there. I went with Black Saber. Think about it, Principal Saber. Come on,
goodness.
does that not have a nice ring to it, or what?
Will instill fear in each and every child.
Man, just think of it.
Call of Duty name.
Gives you goosebumps. I know.
Jeremiah.
Well, the practical side of me takes over on this. My name is far too long. I think it's like 4 syllables.
How many people spell it wrong?
Basically everyone.
All the time.
Yeah, and so my middle name is Wayne, single syllable. I'm pragmatic. I'd just go with Wayne.
And it would be your world.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, I mean, people call me Anthony all the time.
I got it, Wayne's World.
Thank you.
We got it.
Thank you.
Oh, I totally missed it. Sorry, Jeff.
I
in my jam. I got it. I should have got it. I'm sorry,
No,
man.
I had Wayne in my head and was thinking Batman, so that was where I wasn't thinking.
Yeah.
People call me Anthony
Why?
when I'm in trouble.
Oh, because your middle name?
Yeah.
I just call you Jessie Marie.
Joshua Anthony Kingports, stop.
All right. Trevor.
Well, you guys went with movie references, and I was having a hard time with that, and I went with the Saturday Night Live reference, so I went with Gene Frankel. But
Nice. Yeah. So the funny thing is my brother and I both had nicknames growing up.
This is Chip.
My name was Chip. Everybody called me that.
Still, like once a week, somebody says, say hi to Chippy.
Yeah.
And how'd you get this nickname?
I used to be able to sound like a chipmunk,
Oh, okay.
but I can't do it.
Can you do it now? Come on.
Nah, you see,
Shouldn't have said that.
things,
Puberty hit?
yeah, things dropped. But my brother, his name is Jesse,
Yeah, that's his real name.
and that's his real name. But everybody knows him by Gus.
Yeah.
And still to this day, people walk up and, I'll be talking to him and I'll be like, oh, yeah, Jesse told me. And they look at me weird because they're like, we weren't talking about Jesse Stevens. We're talking about your brother, Gus.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, my brother's name is Jesse. There's like 3 people that call him that. Michaela, me, and a guy named Andy Lammy.
So your mom doesn't even call him?
No.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, we have an FCC license that prohibits what my mom calls him.
And a restraining order.
That's a fun one. If you had a chance to rename yourself, what would it be? Next topic. If you had the power to remove a song from existence and nobody will remember it, what song are you removing? And it's a great topic here from Coffee Club, and I'll bring you up for why. My 2-year-old grandson, he really likes the, if you've seen Madagascar, the I like to move it. Yeah. He really likes that. And so he got this little square box. I don't know what they're called.
The Tony box.
The Tony box. And you can put this animal on top of it and it'll play specific
It's like Disney
songs.
characters and stuff, or Spider-Man, or...
And so he'll play that all day long because he can do that whenever he wants. And lately, he's been trying to get their digital box at the house to play it. Eureka! Play Move It. It's almost triggered, but not quite. So that would be the song my daughter would move out of existence. So, Trevor, you want to start this? If you had the power to remove a song from existence and nobody will remember it.
along the same lines, Baby Shark.
Yeah.
Thought that might come up. Yeah. Very good. All right, Jeremiah.
I'm probably going to anger some people on this one, but for me, probably because I've heard it 7,000 times or so, is Fast Car, Tracy Chapman.
Oh. Now the Luke Combs one okay, though?
Maybe.
Or was it
I
Luke
don't
Bryan?
know.
Was it Luke Bryan?
Luke Combs.
I'm just
Luke
tired
Combs.
of
Yeah.
that
Luke Combs.
song.
Yeah.
And then kind of anything from Imagine Dragons. That may also irritate people, but yeah, I'm done with that.
I've run a mobile DJ service for many, many, many years, and you'd be surprised how many times people say, you can play anything you want, just no Imagine Dragons. Okay, whatever. Yeah. You're paying me, so it's good.
I got two. Can I say them both?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ice Ice Baby.
Oh.
That thing's got. I'm sorry. It's good. No, I'm sorry. I can't.
All right,
do it.
stop.
I can't. I
Collaborate.
Can't do it.
Listen.
No. And what does the fox say? That's stupid.
That one could go.
That stupid
Yeah.
thing from. Yeah, that's the one. No thanks.
I also got two. My first one is no doubt bananas. Just so people don't know how to spell bananas anymore.
Right.
Because if you think of bananas
BANANAS.
all the time. And my second one is the whole U2 album.
The one that came free?
That came free with your iPhone that you can't delete from your Apple Music because anytime you do an update, guess what pops back up?
And it's taking up storage space, doggone it. So on our Facebook Live, somebody said, all I want for Christmas is you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Specifically, the Mariah Carey.
Version of it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, Haley, did you have one?
Yeah. So for me, it is Beyonce's Country song.
Oh, yeah.
That country album.
That one.
Yep.
Or for a little bit, I could go along the same lines as Shelby and say The Wobble, because for some reason my child was addicted to it. And every time we got in the vehicle, all he wanted to listen to was The Wobble.
Yeah.
But now he's on his Act Top, so we're okay.
We got one that came in that is All I Want for Christmas is You.
Yes.
And then my annoying brother said anything country.
Well, see, I was looking at I didn't know which topic we were on, but your brother also said my brother. Was
That
he
was
wanting
the-
to
that
delete
was the
you?
animal.
Oh, the animal.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the topic was for that one. Yeah. Next topic for the coffee club here today. What are you a black belt in? That's a good question. Nice to ponder. Greg, you want to start this one?
Oh, I knew you were going to call on me for this one right off the bat. This one was a little harder for me. Black belt, I would say, just kind of being calm in the moment. I don't know. It's easy to just kind of just roll with things in the moment, but then once I boil, it's ugly. I will say that. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Josh is kind of
That one was hard.
Josh is kind of that way. He's very easygoing, but then he'll give you a warning.
Yeah.
His warning is Grandpa Bud's about to come out.
Yep.
And if he says that means conversation is over.
Yep.
It's kind of a cool power
Which
too.
might happen next week
What's next week?
because I still haven't got my confirmation on my parts.
Oh, the parts for your
my smoker.
Your smoker grill. Yeah.
And so it might happen.
Jeremiah, what are you a black belt in?
This like Greg, I struggled with this one. I'm tend to not be a super specialist in anything, I'd say, but I'd have to roll back on something pretty obscure called enzyme kinetics.
Oh,
That's the
you're
study
gonna have to
of
explain that
how
now.
proteins interact with small molecules in your body to do things, and understanding how fast that happens and how the whole event is orchestrated.
Yeah.
That's kind of where my specialty is, I guess. Don't get to practice it too much, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I love it. Trevor?
I would say do it yourself. I'm pretty good at fixing stuff around the house, so I pulled that out. My wife might say it takes me a while to get to it, but I would say I'm pretty good at it.
Josh got a rule on that.
6 months.
Yeah, there you go.
From the time they ask you, you get 6 months.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That is not true.
Yeah, well,
For me, you have 30 seconds. And then I do it myself. And then I get mad about
Are you
it.
the one that walks through the kitchen with
Yes.
like the power tool in your
Oh,
hand?
100%.
And then like
I
the
would.
husband's like, here
wait.
we go. Oh, wait,
Yep.
I got to jump on that.
Yes.
seriously though,
She'll
if you're ever having trouble getting your wife's attention, go sit on the couch and look comfortable.
It works. It really does work.
Yeah. So I would say my black belt is in, I always, really fast have a comeback. Like you can say something and it's just like,
Boom.
I already have it in my head of what I'm going to, and it works 100% well on Seth.
Yeah.
That's where I practice all the time. Because with him, I have this filter that my brain thinks something, but then it stops. But with Seth, it doesn't stop. I just say it. And so, yeah. So
Most of the time, it's pretty entertaining. I will tell you that.
Does it ever get you in trouble?
No. Yeah, probably someone. Well, yeah. I did. One guy he wanted to fight me at a bar because it was something I said, but then my brother stepped in, so that was okay.
One Josh, that maybe go back to our weekend poll, but Josh and his brother, you don't want to play that game.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
This thought of this, I finally got one that's way better than what I said before, though.
Okay.
I don't ask for help, so I am like a black belt and just doing things myself.
Yeah.
You helped me kind of think of that a little bit. I'm like, I don't ask for help because my poor wife will be like, you could have asked for help. But I'm like, nah, I just do it.
See, that's what I like to do. I like to do things myself, and then, when your wife walks by, you'd be like, oh man, I just.
Yeah.
See what I just did there?
Realistically, to be honest, I have two. My first one is the other side of that. My first one is I'm a black belt in there's a professional who knows how to do this right. Let's call them. Let's have them do this. Okay. My second black belt, I really am, Josh, you can probably back me up on this. I really am a digital surgeon. Okay. And I mean, it's our business.
No, I think it's I think it's differently than that. It's because I've tried everything and I've turned it off and turned it back on, and you just walk by it and it's like scared. So then it starts working. Because I'm like, this thing won't work. And you're like, did you turn it off, turn it back on? I'm like, yeah. And then you come over and you're like, boop. And then it works.
That's on the IT side, yes. But I'm talking about when it comes to like digital editing of like commercials and things.
Oh, yeah.
I can go in and I can take parts of one word and a person's other word and make a new word to fix it sometimes. If you ever saw The Matrix and you saw the green, lines going down there, that's kind of what I see on our digital workstation thing here. Very nerdy, I know.
That's what put me to sleep in the movie.
It was the green lines.
Yeah.
Haley, what are you a black belt in?
My first initial thought was, and I guess Josh can confirm this, but I'm going to say the things that I've made so far, but sourdough.
Sourdough. Oh, yeah. She made some sourdough.
Focaccia.
No. It was the peanut butter cookies.
The peanut butter cookies, yeah.
That was like next level. It was really good. Whew.
I don't know.
But then this morning, I was like, well, I don't know. My coffee skills are getting pretty.
Yeah, Haley's Heavenly Creations is getting pretty wild.
I'm going to charge you for that plug. Next topic for the coffee club. What food have you been craving lately? I don't know, sourdough, peanut butter cookies. Haley, how about you?
I mean, you know me, anything sweet, always. I don't really think there's been one thing. Maybe Cane's. Haven't had that in a while, so probably Cane's.
Yeah, but North Platte now has a Chick-fil-A, so I don't think I'll eat Cane's ever again.
No, Cane's.
Except for Sundays.
Fight me.
Yeah, I will fight you. It's better
there
chicken.
There's your animal.
It's
I'm
better.
quicker.
Yeah, right now you are.
Take out the left leg.
Doesn't matter, either leg. Josh, how about you? What food you been craving lately?
Man, I don't know if it's just a food itself, but I've been really thinking a lot about Grandma Judy. And anything Grandma Judy. Like Grandma Judy's Sunday after church, you've been saved, now you need blessed. And just getting some of that din from Grandma Judy.
Greg?
I went with spring, I'm craving some good barbecue. I really am. It's just that time
I know
of year.
a guy.
I do. I know, right?
It's time.
He mentioned it. My parts came in yesterday, just so you know. If that helps
So I'm still waiting on my parts.
Did it say address Josh Keenport's on
It did have my name on it. I was excited, though, when my parts came in yesterday.
Mine got shipped to Florida. Oh. So I got a vacation house in Florida, apparently. At 1430 Breadvick Boulevard, Orlando, Florida.
Okay, that's
Can
where
I
they
come
went.
visit?
Sure.
Sweet.
Dude,
Road
if you walk down there, knock on the door, and say, "Hey, my parts come in," it's gonna freak them out.
Well, it's been going on 3 weeks since I've had my parts.
I'm sorry,
And I think I could have got to Florida and back a lot quicker.
Jeremiah. What food you been craving?
I'm going to go back to Thanksgiving, but my grandma used to make these homemade egg noodles covered in flour and all this wonderful stuff. It seemed like it took her 3 weeks to prepare, but mashed potatoes, wonderful egg noodles with turkey mixed in, and can't beat it.
That's good.
Just the best.
Trevor?
I got a terrible sweet tooth. I got to go with double stuffed Oreos.
Ooh, yeah. I don't mind those. You know the proper way to eat an Oreo, right?
I don't separate it. Don't separate it.
No,
That's
don't
the proper
separate
way.
it.
Separate
You
it.
just take a fork, stab in the middle, and then you don't have to get your fingers wet when you dunk it in the milk.
Oh, wow. Okay.
My daughter taught me that. I think that I can't remember if that was the time where she had the chair pulled up to the pantry. I don't remember. Was that in?
Yep.
Okay.
Because it was the very next day that you came in and you're like, I have to talk about this. I remember it.
Last topic before we get to the birthdays and anniversaries, which is literally right around the corner. What's something that you learned embarrassingly late in life? Trevor, do you have an answer for that one?
You can't hum with your holding your nose.
Everybody has this great urge to try it.
I didn't know that today.
It took every willpower to not put my hand up to my nose right now. You talk about self-control. There it is.
Try it, Greg.
Try it, I swear.
You know if your hand's bigger than your head?
That's hilarious.
All right. That's a great revelation right here on the Coffee Club. You do it. Come on, Greg. Try it. All eyes on you, buddy.
Yeah, that's what we need out there. No.
Jeremiah, what's something that you learned embarrassingly late?
I remember being embarrassed by this. I was, for the record, I think in high school or, junior high to high school when I found this out. So, for context. But I remember thinking that, the jaws of life were a metaphor. Like, we had to use the jaws of life and then get somebody out of that terrible accident. And then one of my relatives was like, that's a physical tool that people use, right? I was like, no. What are you talking about? I thought it was a metaphor. And it's like, nope, it's actually a device.
Yeah.
Yep. Did not know that.
I know some of the guys over at your EMTs over there. They'd let you, do one of the demos on the
That'd be fun.
practice
Come on.
cars.
They do
Oh,
look
man, I would
pretty
love to.
gnarly.
Right? Yeah. I'd pay for that. Just there's a fundraiser
There's a
right
fundraiser.
there. Boom.
Come
Michelle,
take apart this
we have
car.
an idea for next year's carnival.
Jeez.
All right, Greg, something you learned embarrassingly
This
late.
is kind of embarrassing to admit, but I did not know this till a few years ago to not shake hands when sitting down. Like you're supposed to stand when you shake. Like not until just a few years ago did I realize that. Yeah, so that's kind of embarrassing to.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Josh?
My embarrassing one is it was like junior high, I would say. My grandpa, every time we drive by a feedlot, he would say, "Oh man, that smells like money." And I literally thought that money was made from poop. Because he's like, "Ah man, it smells like money," and I'm just like, I could pull like a dollar out of my wallet and going. I mean, it smells
Not
like
the same.
Throwing it back to those old sayings like that, when your parents used to tell you if you turned on the light in the car that you'd get pulled over and it's illegal. Yeah. So Kason wanted the light on the other night in the car, and I was like, "No, buddy, we can't do that. We'll get pulled over."
But I did, for the longest time. I even, so when I'd in the carpool with my friends and stuff, I'd be like, smells like money. And they were like, money is from paper, which is
Doesn't smell like
from trees.
Yeah. Haley, did you have one? What's something you learned embarrassingly late?
So that little saying with your toes, like this little piggy went to and realizing that the market is not the grocery store. Yeah, it was kind of a sad day.
Yeah.
Sad day.
It's a beautiful day, actually.
Yeah, that piggy's going to make bacon.
Oh, that's a great one. All right. We do have time for a quick game, so we'll do that. Birthdays, anniversaries, if you want to call those in, 345-5598. That's 345-5598 if you want to call in birthday or anniversary for today through the weekend. Let's do breakfast bingo.
Breakfast bingo. The first answer starts with a B. Second one starts with an I. Third, N. The fourth is a G. And the last one starts with an O.
Okay, Greg, you're going to start.
B. Okay.
Smokey is this type of animal.
Smoky? Bacon?
Oh, yeah. Amen.
Smokey is
Only you.
He's a bear. Smokey bear.
He's a bear. Yeah. Okay. So Jeremiah, a baby is also called what?
Infant.
Infant. Yes.
Nice.
All
Easy
right.
one.
Trevor, a book of fiction, usually of some length.
Novel.
Novel. Very good. Haley. His name is Andrew, and he played Spider-Man. Should have gave that one to Josh.
Let's see, Ron G.
Yeah.
I don't know his last name.
Andrew. Yeah. Oh,
Anybody?
phone a friend.
His name is Andrew, and he played Spider-Man.
Andrew
And he's also an orange cat.
Garfield?
Oh,
Garfield. Yeah.
I never would have gotten that one.
No.
Josh, you got the last one. A city in Norway.
I don't know why I'm thinking Ontario, but that's Canada.
No, Oslo.
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 Yeah.
You knew that one?
I actually would have guessed that. I don't know how confident I would have been, but I would have guessed that.
Oslo, yeah. I'm going to play one more game real quick. It's called Buzzword. The buzzword is make. So all the answers to my clues contain the buzzword of make. Okay. So let's see. Jeremiah, you go first. Call ahead to the restaurant.
Make a reservation.
Make reservations. Okay. All right. Trevor, absence. This one's kind of.
Makes the
Yeah.
makes the heart fonder.
Grow fonder.
Grow
Yeah.
fonder.
Yeah. Very good. Okay. Greg, earn cash.
Oh, yeah, baby.
I don't know if I knew those, so I don't know this one. Earn cash, make money.
Make money. Yeah.
Make money move.
Or make hay.
Make some money
Make
is
hay.
the
Is
phrase.
that a thing? I don't know.
That one makes more sense, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Haley, place a wager.
Make a bet.
Yep. And Josh, name your price.
Make an offer.
Make an offer. Wow, you guys are really actually very good here today. It's time for the birthdays and anniversaries. On March 21st, we'll take 22nd, 23rd birthdays also. And Haley, did we have some birthdays that were called in?
Yes. So we have a huge birthday shout out to Britton Ellis today. Also, a birthday shout out for Grandma Julie Ellis as well. Who else? Oh, Lou has a birthday. Happy birthday, Lou.
Did
Hayes.
Britton know how old he is today?
Do we need to remind him that he's 28? Bretton, you're 28 today. Happy birthday. That's all for today.
Josh, yours?
Yes, my sister-in-law, Lou Hayes, has a birthday today. And then Brian Foster from Bartley has a birthday today. And then I also have Dustin Dole, and then Garrett Wagner from Wagner Ford Chevrolet has a birthday, turns 33.
All right. Anybody else have birthdays? Anybody that you know?
2 days ago, my daughter Adea turned 15.
All right.
you go.
Getting scared for 16 yet?
Yeah. Yeah.
15 going
Let's
on
not talk
what?
about it.
Huh? Yeah.
Let's not talk about
Can
it.
you imagine teaching her how to drive out in California, though?
I kind of did. Not so legally, but
Versus Binkelman? I mean, come on.
a little different ballgame.
Like-
Yep.
My birthday list, did you say Garrett Wagner? I'm sorry. Also, John Reiners, but it's not the John Reiners you're thinking of, I don't think. It's a different John Reiners, not from here. Kelsey Peters. We got Christy Latimer, Eduardo Solario, and then Steve Wall. Those of you who've been around for a long, long time, maybe remember Steve Wall. He was a radio guy here back when this 105.3 was a rock station many, many years ago. But Steve Wall, he actually is still in radio. He's been sentenced to a life of radio, much as me. But I don't even know where he is now. But he and I trade things on Facebook once in a while, and steal each other's material. But
We have another one that came in our text, which is Ron Grafton turns 23.
okay,
I have some Sunday birthdays.
Yep, go
Paula
ahead.
Sandberg, Jared Krause, and Justin Daffer have birthdays on Sunday.
my weekend birthdays include James Lothry, Kathy Harrison, Julie Paz, Marsha Kressling, Matt Coatney has a birthday on Sunday.
He's also calling the game on Sunday.
He is.
Maybe.
My nephew Carson's got a birthday. Justin Daffer, Dakota Baumgartner, Clint Biggin, Darren Morgan, Kelly Zook, and Michelle Proud. Wow, a lot of birthdays. So we got to pick somebody to get these cool prizes.
A donut from Ember's Bakery, ice cream from The Scoop, a sandwich from Jimmy John's and Coca-Cola.
All right, so who's our birthday winner?
We can, since it came in through our snap or our thread here, let's go with Ron Grafton. Let's do Ron Grafton. He's not turning 23. His birthday is on the 23rd.
Oh, yeah. How old is Ron?
I don't know.
No age?
Yep.
All right. Let us kind of wrap things up here for Coffee Club a little bit. So for the PTO event tonight, what time does that start?
5:38. Come on out, have a little fun.
At the elementary here in McCook. A couple more questions here for Dundee County Hospital. We got Jeremiah and Trevor here talking about some just neat things that are going on over there. So you talked about how you were in the biotech world, okay? Mm-hmm. Coming from the biotech world, how does that influence your approach to managing a hospital?
Is this an interview?
Yeah.
Well, it definitely had an impact. I would say one thing that is required in all settings with, a company larger than 3 people is teamwork. And so I think that's something that, I've really learned and gotten the privilege of working with great people over time. And I think leaned into it in my biotech years, and it was a great landing at Dundee County Hospital. The teamwork has been awesome, and so I'm just keeping on pushing on that, and it's going really well. The team's amazing.
Aside from the hospital and healthcare, what are other things that are really important at Dundee County Hospital as far as communities concerned?
Dundee County Hospital, I think, is still currently the largest employer, so it's a big part of the economic development for the community. And the vitality of the hospital really is, pretty well paralleled with the vitality of the community and the county. So I think we at the hospital really keep that in mind, and the community keeps it in mind as well. So it's kind of a two-way street there. Yep.
And one more for you, Trevor. If anybody's maybe considering a career in physical therapy, what kind of advice do you have for them?
Work hard. Study, and you'll enjoy what you do. We just finished a job study or a job shadow program with high schoolers, and then we got one with the junior high kids. So love bringing those kids up and just getting them involved and showing them all aspects of healthcare and getting them excited about getting out there and getting in the workforce and hopefully coming back to our communities.
I think it's been huge. A lot of schools are starting to do that.
Yeah.
Get the kids in front of these different places. One of the biggest tragedies, I think, is somebody saying, hey, I think I'd like to do that, spending 4 or 6 years in school and then finding out, I don't really want to do that. But if we can get these kids kind of in those settings and kind of like job shadow, I think it's really big.
Yeah, I mean, had I known, like in school, that this was an avenue
That you could talk on the radio.
that I could talk on the radio,
Yeah.
and I probably would have actually had followed some of that career path, but instead, believe it or not, I was going to be a guidance counselor.
Yeah, I think job shadow really has a huge impact because it's abstract before that. Once you see it, it's it's more real.
Yeah. All right. Well, Dundee County Hospital, if you'd like to learn more, obviously see their website, see their Facebook, or just stop into the hospital. And you guys have all kinds of tours and things you're welcome to do too, right?
Yep, absolutely.
All
Anytime.
Right. Well, thanks for being here, everybody. That is Coffee Club on Friday morning, March 21st, 105.3 Coyote Country. Happy Weekend Eve.